Welcome to my latest Warhammer 40k battle report. This time not a sniff of power on armor on sight. It's hot Xenos on Xenos action. The dreaded craft world Aeldari versus the shattered dynasty of the Necrons. So I set up this table here. It's clearly not an Imperial world. Maybe we're on the edge of the Leagues of Votan's area, wherever those guys hang out. And it's going to be Necrons versus Eldar. Battle maps from GameMap.eu. This stuff is from GameMap.eu. This stuff you can't get anymore. And today we're playing Murderbowl. Just two Xenos forces trying to murder the snot out of each other. The way it happens is, if you control an objective at the end of your turn, so you score at the end of each player turn, then you roll a dice, a d3, and that's how far the explosion is, that's how many mortal wounds happen, and that's how many points you get. Just one dice roll. It keeps it simple. So you want to score big, but you don't want big explosions. It's very... it can be very bittersweet, but I like playing Murderbowl. It keeps it simple. It's nice and fun. We like explosions. We like death and carnage. And we like Inchin. Say hi, Inchin.
Hi, Inchin.
You're back.
I am back, yes.
But this time you brought Craftworld Eldar.
I did bring Craftworld Eldar this time, yeah.
And you have friends. You bought Support Bubble.
Oh, yes,
hello.
I was friend, yes.
Fran.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
And you're part of his gaming group of like 8 people.
He's our leader.
Yeah. You're the leader.
Yeah, but I answered to Fran.
Yeah, okay.
So,
why Craftworld Eldar?
I've always enjoyed the sort of desperation of Craftworld Eldar. I know they're a dying race.
Yes.
They're sort of on the way out, but they're trying everything to try and stay alive and secure the future kind of thing. It's a small bit of hope in the grimdark universe of 40k. And it always appealed to me, that part of it. Like.
Okay. Yes. It's interesting that you mentioned the lore. Because for me, I quite like the Eldar aesthetic. They look pretty. It's all about the models. But I hate the lore. Anyway, this is just 2,000 points?
Just shy of 2,000 points.
Just shy of 2,000 points of Craftworld Eldar. Every time they're called upon to shoot or fight, they reroll a hit, reroll a wound.
That's the one.
And you also have fate dice.
Yes.
So you roll 6 dice at the beginning of the game, and before you take a hit or a wound or a thing, you can swap for a fate dice.
Yes.
And you can do it once per phase?
Once per phase, that's correct.
Once per phase. And talk us through what you've brought along today, please.
Okay, so we'll start off with start off on the back and work forward.
Okay.
One of my favourites, iconic Eldar units is the Banshees.
They're awesome.
They are great. They're not so good in this edition, but no. I don't care. I'm still bringing them. They're iconic. They're lovely. They're great unit. Their ability is they get to fight first in combat.
Right. And
they also get to advance and charge, and can also fall back and charge.
Okay. Little unit of 5 Banshees.
Well, you never know. They could make the difference.
They could.
They could always make the difference. Just in front of them is 2 units of separate Guardians.
Right.
They both come with a weapons platform each. The rule is that if they start on an objective, they get to generate a new fate dice. You get to roll it and then you keep it. But you can only get 1, even if there's 2 units on 2 separate objectives.
Okay, because there's 6 objectives on the table.
Yeah, so unfortunately I wouldn't be able to generate 6.
Here's the thing though, that's definitely gonna kick in with 6 objectives.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Next.
We'll move on to the Wraith Blades just here. I've got 2 units of Wraith Blades, but both have different loadouts. These have the axes with a shield that give them a 4 invulnerable, but they get less attacks but do more damage doing 2.
Yep.
The ones over here with the blades get more attacks but get more AP but only do single damage.
Right, okay.
Just in front... Oh yeah, the rule is, that if they die in combat, on a 4-up, they get to fight unless they've already fought, essentially.
Cool. And if you stick a Wraithseer with them, they put one back in
they
every time?
Do, yes.
Have you brought a Wraithseer?
I have brought a Wraithseer, so this is one of my characters. This is Ralvan, I call him. He's been around for a little while. He will be attached to the blades and shields.
Okay.
He gets to let them hit on +1. He also gives the units lethal hits. And as you say, at the command phase, he can return 1 at full health.
Well, with Wraithguard, Wraith Blades, you might as well put the one that recovers ones in the more chunkier unit with the 4-up.
It just fits his character. He likes to get stuck in as well.
Toughness 7 with the 2-up save these days, though.
Yes,
They're quite difficult to get
they
through.
almost don't need the shields generally. It's just it doesn't often get past the 4-up.
That's true, yeah. It's got to be more than AP -2 to actually affect the shields. It's got to be a big nasty gun, such as Canoptic Doomstalker with AP -3.
Oh, there we go. That's, so it might come in. It might finally come in.
Okay.
Just ahead of them is the Wraith Guard.
Yes.
They've all got a D-cannon each, which gives them 1 shot with the potential for devastating wounds, doing 6 damage, potentially.
And if you shoot them, they shoot back.
That is their ability, yes.
Do they shoot back, or do they shoot back on 4s like Hellblasters or something?
No, they actually auto-shoot back, but it's only once per sort of round, I believe it is.
Okay.
And they can only shoot at what shot at them.
Yes.
You can keep out of range as well. The range is only 18, so if you're beyond that, they won't be able to hit you.
But if you shoot, kill 4 out of 5 of them, then only 1's shooting back.
True, but it's still shooting back, and if it's still alive on its turn, it will get another shot. So every little helps.
How much damage do those guns do again?
D6.
Just a flat D6?
Flat D6.
Brilliant. Okay, at the back, we've got some Wraith Lords.
Yes. So we have 2 Wraith Lords. The loadout's largely the same, with a Bright Lance and a missile each, except one has... just the piddly shooters, one's got flamers, one's just a normal Eldar shuriken launch things.
And this one's got sword, but we had damage in transportation, so
they're
2
both
swords.
supposed to have swords, yeah.
And that's a Wraith. What's the one in the middle?
Wraith Seer is the one in the middle, so it's a Forge World unit. It's very similar stat line-wise, but she does have a 5-up invulnerable, there's one difference. And she has a D-cannon on her shoulder, and she also has a blade, which does a bit less damage, but she's got precision on her main hits, so she can do big hits or the sweep.
Talking about Forge World, you brought a Viper.
Yes. Oh, Hornet, sorry.
Hornet, sorry. I do like...
Yeah.
See, they look pretty.
It's a smashing unit. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm not usually very good at painting vehicles, but I did my best on that one. It looks okay.
Okay.
Its ability has a free grenade if it manages to move over an enemy unit.
Okay.
So on you roll 6 dice, and on 4-ups, it causes mortal wounds.
Okay. Grenade cluster out the back.
Yes.
Corsairs?
No, they are Shroud Runners.
Shroud Runners.
So their ability is they've got there's a lot of firepower with the scatter lasers below, and they have a sniper each.
Right.
Their ability is if they get within 12 of a unit that they can see, they can mark them, and once they're marked, the rest of the Eldar unit gets lethal hits in shooting.
So you've got to get within 12.
Within 12, which is danger close for them, but yeah,
but they
can be worth it.
Stealth, don't they?
They have stealth.
I just remember killing a lot of these guys last time someone turned up with Eldar. Cool. And then some snipers.
We have a lot of 2 squads of snipers, yes. So they also have stealth. They have infiltrate.
Yes.
Their ability is if you manage to move within 6 of them, whether it's like a normal movement or a fall back, you roll a d6 and you're able to move that many inches away. Okay,
so they can fade away. And who's this fella down here?
So that's one of my characters. Her name's Jetta, but I run her as Illic Knight Spear.
Right.
Her ability is she attaches herself to one of the sniper units.
Okay,
yes.
like that.
And once she attaches, she gives that unit the ability of basically become lone operative, the whole entire unit.
That is juicy.
Which is quite nice.
Of an individual, she's got lone operative on her own.
Yes.
So even if the unit dies, still lone operative, but that's a whole unit that I cannot shoot unless I get within 12.
And it gets a bit worse as well, because she lets the unit re-roll the wound roll as well.
Brilliant.
Flat out.
So you'll be sniping out my Cryptex with these units here.
Hopefully, if she can get a sight, she will go for it, yeah.
Nice. And down at the front, a couple more named characters.
So yes, we have my Autarch, who's known as the Broken King.
Nice.
Once upon a time, he used to lead my craft world, but he got overthrown, but he's still allowed to sort of run around with them, but he's wearing the old colour scheme that we used to run, so he's a bit, his armour looks a bit knackered. His ability is he will attach to a Guardian squad. He can use a stratagem for free, which is like a battle tactic one, on just a single unit.
Right.
He also generates a CP during the command phase.
Ooh. So that's going to be... Is that an auto CP?
Yes.
You don't have to roll for it, really?
You do not have to roll for it.
Because we're not playing cards today. So at the end of the game, I'm going to have 10 CP. At the end of the game, you're going to have 15 CP.
Yeah, in theory, I've got to spend them though as well.
Unless I kill him. Yes,
that's probably the objective.
I think I'll kill him.
Yes.
And then you said this
guy.
This
is my Farseer. So the name's Farseer Dallin. I'll be running her as Eldrad. Her ability will be that she can generate 3 more fate dice at the beginning of the game. And her ability sort of in the game is she can cast Doom on an enemy unit with an 18 as long as she can see them. Once you're doomed, it's +1 to wound for everyone in the army.
Brilliant.
And that lasts since the combat as well until her next stage.
So she's Eldrad, not Eldrad.
Eldrad, not Eldrad.
And you start off with 6 fate dice.
Yes.
And because you brought her along, 9 fate dice.
Yes.
And then you're generating fate dice with these guys.
In theory, yes.
Generating command points with these guys.
Yes.
You've got snipers that I can't shoot at with lone operative.
Maybe.
You've got Wraith Guard and Wraith Blades running up the table along with some Wraith Lords.
Yes.
You're going to be dooming stuff, so you've got +1 to wound, all the things that are there.
Yes.
You've got stealth on these things over here. Grenades coming out the back over here. That doesn't sound very tricksy at all. I don't know why people have a problem with Craftworld Eldar. This seems absolutely fine and normal.
Yeah, no, of course it is. Yeah, that's just how Eldar roll.
It's tricksy. It's great. It's sneaky. I'm slightly intimidated. Let's have a look at the Necrons. And this is just below 2,000 points worth of Necrons. I haven't run the Canoptic Dynasty for a while, so I'm running the Canoptic Dynasty today. I like it. It's nice. It's simple. It's streamlined. What it does is basically my whole army gets to re-roll hits. Anything that's a Canoptic or Cryptek, except for the 2 Annihilation Barges down here because they're not Canoptic or Cryptek. But they're coming along because I mentioned it before. They're the last thing I managed to put together for the Necrons, and I really like them. 115 points zipping around. And they're only toughness 8 with a 4-up invulnerable save, but they're nice. I like them. They have a potential. They can do mortal wounds on a 5-up when they're nice. So they're not re-rolling hit rolls of 1. Everything else here, re-rolling hit rolls of 1, unless it's in my power matrix, which will be my deployment zone, or if I control more objectives. The Canoptic Doomstalkers back there, because they'll be in my power matrix, will be re-rolling all the hits, all the times, and I like these as well. I brought along 2 units of race, led by 2 Technomancers. Technomancers and race are very expensive now. This is over 600 points for just these 2 units. But they have 4 wounds, a 4-up invulnerable save, a 5-up feel no pain with the Technomancer in there. And then you reanimate wounds, and the Technomancer can heal wounds as well. There's a reason why they're very expensive. They're very tanky. 2 Plasmancers running around with 2 units of Immortals. I know people like the Tesla thing, but I like that with the Gauss, because crits going off on 5s means that if I'm shooting at a tank, if I'm shooting at a Titan, I'm wounding them on 5s to hit. So that's quite nice. We've got a couple of Scarabs to blow up and to move block and to do things like that. 2 individual spiders. They'll be running around as... The idea is 1 spider follows 1 unit, 1 spider follows another unit, even though they move like 10 and these things move like 5. They'll be doing a lot of advancing. Because spiders can reanimate Scarabs, and that's what they do. Underneath the base, they're actually pooping out Scarabs on their poopy bits. I don't think they're poopy bits, but a machine equivalent of poopy bits with the Scarabs, you know what I mean. That's what's coming out over there. And we're deployed for this game of Murderbowl, the Eldar stretching all the way across the line, everything on the table except for the unit of Wraith Guard, which will be infiltrating in at some point, well, outflanking at some point. They've got a nasty 24-inch threat range with all of their guns. Yeah, this is the team with lone operative, so I can't shoot at them. This is the team without lone operative. They're down there, ready for things to wander across their sight arc so they can light them up. And this is the fate dice that you rolled. And you did a reroll.
Yes.
Did a reroll, so you've got 8 here instead of the 9. Guardians with not Eldrad. Guardians with the Autarch down this side. And I'm a bit light on this side, a bit heavier on this side. But we have got some speed. And we need a roll of dice to see who goes first. After you, sir.
No worries.
That's a 2. I've rolled a 4. It's Necrons, turn 1. Interestingly, you were just chatting off camera there. You played Murderbowl on Wednesday.
Had a little practice game of it just to see how the list did.
And what did you play against? Who did you play against?
I played against Fran over here, who was playing Necrons at the time, funny enough.
Oh, right. So you did this on Wednesday.
Yeah, your list is a little bit different, and it went well for me, but I got tabled.
Brilliant.
I'll have to celebrate.
So let's see if history can repeat itself in Necrons turn 1. So 2 enemies clash in the Murderbowl, reliving a war that ended 60 million years ago. My whole army advancing, except for the shooty things that are lined around the back. And I've managed to get on 1, 2, there's one under there somewhere, 3 objectives. And now we're going to unleash hell. These 2 Canoptic Doomstalkers can see the Wraithseer down there.
Yes.
So let's shoot at that. D6 plus 1 shot with a big Doomsday gun for 3 shots. And we're hitting on 3s with the re-roll. Only 2 hits. Strength 14 versus Wraithseer.
I believe it's toughness 11, so it'll be 3s.
Okay. That -3 becomes -2. You've got a lot of cover.
Yes. She's okay.
You're fine. You're fine. And the tickly gun underneath is out of line of sight and range. So we're firing the second one in. And this time, 5 shots. Which hit on 3s with the reroll because I'm in my matrix. And wounding on 3s. And that is 4 wounds this time. 4. 4 up saves.
Gonna roll 3 for now. And we might have to use fate, I think, just
Yes,
to try
that
and
makes
do some
perfect
damage.
sense. Well, that's 6 damage in total.
6 damage so far, and I'll just roll the next one.
Okay, 6 damage. It's on 4 remaining. I've fired. Well, I've started till I've finished. Let's do the Annihilation Barge on it, even though it's AP dash, because I could do some mortal wounds. And I hit on 3s. This is strength 8, so I need 5s to wound.
Yes.
I don't get any wounds, but on a 5 up, it does D3 mortal wounds, like that. So it's got 4 left, right?
Yes.
So that's really good. We'll get it flat on the table. So that's 1 mortal wound. Then it's going to arc on a 5 up and hit that one. No, an arc on a 5 up and hit the Banshees. Yes.
Banshees.
And does 1 mortal wound to them as well. Let's fire the second one in. Let's keep going. Let's keep pouring it on. 3s to hit. Right, this time the 6. That explodes twice.
Excellent.
5s to wound. That is 2 wounds. 2 up saves. You make him. Right, on a 5 up, mortal wounds. No mortal wounds, which means it doesn't splash damage and kill anything else. So we have Doomstalker number 3. I haven't killed anything yet. Where's this one going? There's another Wraith thing over. Mind you, there's the big guys with blades.
Yes.
Are they attached to anyone? Are you attached?
They have the Spirit Seer with them.
That's the one that brings the things back. So do I want to shoot at them just to try and get rid of them? 1 minute. I can see the bikes. I'm going to shoot at the bikes.
Okay.
Shoot at those pesky bikes for 5 shots. They have stealth though, right?
Yes.
So it's going to be 4s with the reroll. And at strength 14, it's going to be 2s. And that is -3 becomes -2 because of cover.
It'll be straight onto the invulnerables.
Okay.
Are these flat 3 damage, are they?
They're flat 3 damage.
Okay.
And what's the invulnerable save?
5 up, so that will be the squad.
Nice. And that is the end of Necrons, turn 1. Let's find out what these objectives are worth. Let's get some explosions going in the Murderbowl. Start off with this one. That is going to be 2 mortal wounds and 2 points. This one with the scarabs and the spiders on it. 2 and 2. And then the one under the wraiths, which is, there it is, it's just there. That one's worth 3, which I do get feel no, 2 again, which I do get feel no pain because of Technomancer. So 6 points, a couple of dead things as we go into Eldar, turn 1. Here we are after the Aeldari movement and command phase. Spirit's here manipulating one of those fate dice here. I will be overwatching the bikes in the middle. Look at them. They're right in the middle of the battle grid. And you've taken 3 objectives as well. 2 objectives. No one controls this one. Canoptic Scarabs have an OC of 0. Unless there's a Cryptek nearby, then they get an OC of 1. But you've pushed forward. You're very close to my lines already, which means the counter charge from the Necrons could be a little bit painful, but the shooting phase of the Aeldari should be pretty painful. Before we get into any of that though, let's overwatch these scouts, these things. What are they called?
They are Shroud Runners.
Shroud Runners. We're going to shoot this one at him. I've got D6 plus 1 shots for 2 shots. We're hitting on 5s when these things overwatch, but I get the full reroll. And I only hit once. I'm going to wound on a 2, and you need your invulnerable save.
I do need my invulnerable save.
And I kill 1, and that's why that one that was down there never made it into the building. He got shot on the way through. So Farseer Dallin, not Eldrad, is casting Doom on the Wraiths. Don't roll a 1. That's not a 1. We are doomed. So +1 to wound against that unit there. And the Shroud Runners also mark them for lethal hits. These Wraiths could be in trouble. So we're starting on this side of the battle grid with all the Guardians unloading everything into the Annihilation Barge while the Bright Lance is coming through at the Canoptic Doomstalker behind. You're hitting on 3s.
Yes.
Wounds on 6s though. It is a big chunky vehicle. And 1 wound.
1 AP minus 1.
4 up and done. It takes a wound. It's down to 6 remaining. You haven't done your rerolls yet. I guess you're saving for the Bright Lance.
For the Bright Lance, yes.
Okay, let's go for it. 3s to hit the Canoptic Doomstalker. And you don't need the reroll, that's a hit. And the strength of that is?
Strength 12.
Toughness 8 still.
So it'll be 3s to wound.
And it wounds. 4 up and vulnerable save. which I make.
He's fine.
Moving down the line, the Wraith Blades have no guns, so we're on to Wraith Lord putting piddly guns into Immortals, the big anti-tank weaponry coming into the Annihilation Barge.
Yes. Oh, no, sorry, the Canoptic. Yeah.
The Canoptic Doomstalker.
Yes.
1 minute. I could do the thing with the thing on this.
You could.
Let's spend the thing, so you can't shoot at the thing, you have to pick another thing.
No, well, in that case, I will go for the barge after.
Okay, yeah. No, I don't want you shooting at the barge either.
Okay.
Yeah, shoot at the Canoptic thing. I'm not... Yes, I said it. I'm doing it. You're doing it at the barge. You have to shoot the barge. I've spent the thing on the thing. Okay, let's... Right, shoot.
We'll do the... Yeah. We'll do the small
Ella,
arms.
I'm terrified.
It's just... It's a lot of trickery. That's all it is.
It's a lot of trickery.
Maybe that was my original target and I was just trying to get you to spend
Exactly.
the CP.
Mind games already. So what's this? The piddly
So we'll
guns.
start off with the small ones first.
Right,
We'll save
okay.
the main event for afterwards.
Yeah.
So hitting on 4s, I will not be re-rolling.
Okay.
And then strength 4.
Toughness 5.
D5's to wound, so nothing there.
Good. Right.
So now we'll start off with the Bright Lance.
Bright Lance.
Hitting on 4s. I will use my Eldar reroll now on that one.
Brilliant.
Still misses.
Missile launcher.
Next is the Missile Launcher, which also misses. And that's him.
I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah, that's the issue with Wraith, unfortunately.
So, because the Canoptic Doomstalker is now, you can't hit him, he's shifting, phasing out of reality. The Hornet, which was lining up to shoot this way, instead is going to shoot down this street into the Doomed Wraiths.
Yes.
And you got a couple of Bright Lancers.
I have 2 Bright Lancers on that, and that's it. So let's see how they get on. They hit better than Wraiths at least, so we freeze.
Okay.
I will use the Eldar reroll now.
Yes. They both hit.
That one's actually lethal because it was spotted by...
Oh, yes, it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this one's to wound now, strength 12.
Toughness 6, wounds on a 2. They both
Okay.
wound, so they both get through. They're both AP minus a lot, so I need 4 up and vulnerable saves. And a fail 1. How much damage on a Bright Lance these days?
D6 plus 2 on a Bright Lance.
Brilliant. Let's go for it. I do have a feel no pain.
So that'll be 6.
It's okay. They've got 5 wounds. There'll be 4 wounds. They'll be fine. It's not fine. You kill 1. Anara, the injured Wraithseer, can't see the Wraiths, hasn't got the range to shoot at this Canoptic Doomstalker, so the guns are coming down into the injured Annihilation Barge.
So here comes the D-cannon first into the battle barge.
Right. And it hits.
It hits. It is strength 14.
Okay, wounds on the 3.
It does
Wounds.
wound.
I have a 4 up and vulnerable save. I failed the 4 up and vulnerable save.
It is D6 damage.
Okay, it's 6 wounds remaining.
I might use a fate dice for
The
this.
fate dice will kill it.
I'm going to use the 6 fate dice.
Does it blow up? Doesn't blow up, but you do take it down with a bit of fate. A bit of twist of fate there. Little flamer licked out as well. Hurt one of the spiders. A pistol from somewhere. Hurt one of the scarabs. We've got sniper fire now though. Sniper fire coming into the doomed unit of wraiths.
Yes.
You move, so these guys are hitting on 3s. And you missed 3 times, but
So
you've got the
I'll
reroll.
use a reroll now.
You hit 3 times.
One is a lethal.
Brilliant. And then the other 2, toughness 6.
So it's strength 4, but plus 1 to wound with the doom.
Force wound.
Now we'll use the Eldar reroll now.
Yep. Bit of cover in the way. 4 up saves. I fail them all. Well, I pass 1. How much damage is it?
2 damage each.
It's 2 damage. While that model is leading a unit.
Yes.
We have a 5 up. Feel no pain. I need to make at least one of these or the Technomancer's dead already.
Ooh.
That one's cocked. I make 3 of them.
Impressive.
In front of the sniper's Farseer Dallin, not Eldrad. It's got a precision shot as well. So the Guardians and not Eldrad unit, everything into the Wraiths. Hitting on a 2.
Hitting on a 2.
Dallin, good.
She
Anti
hits.
character 4+.
Anti-character 4+.
Right, okay. And that's a wound. AP on that.
AP minus 2.
So
we
only
does
the
AP.
5.
You're fine.
We're good. Then all the Guardians hit on 3s. And lethals?
Yeah, 2 lethals. I haven't used my Eldar reroll yet, so I'll use it now. Actually, yeah.
It didn't work. And because you do me, you're winning on 4. Strength 4 versus toughness 6.
Yes.
Got +1 to wound. So that's pretty good.
I'll use my Eldar reroll now.
Okay.
Okay.
I need 3s. And then feeling of the pains. 1 is all the way down to 1 wound. I have a star cannon, which hits once.
Hits once.
Your reroll already.
And then strength 8.
So 2's to wound. That is a wound. 4 up and bun. I fail the 4 up and bun. How much damage from star
2
cannon?
damage from that one.
Feel no pains. That wraith is dead. Another one is down to 3 wounds. You killed 2 so far. So next, up in the enclosed building, we're on to sniper team number 2. Not Illic Nightspear.
Hitting on 2s.
Okay.
And that's a lethal.
Brilliant. And that's precision, right?
Yes.
AP on that.
AP is -3, but it'll be -2.
Okay, so, well, it's only a Technomancer, so I need a 6. I don't get a 6. How much damage?
3 damage on that
3 damage. He's on 3 wounds. Now he's on 2 wounds. Remaining sniper fire. Hitting on 2s this time, though. You stood still.
I will use my reroll here.
Oh, yes.
And that's 2 lethals.
Kill the Technomancer. Right.
6. And then...
Forced to wound with that.
Yes.
Because of Doom.
And there we are.
All the wounds. All -1?
All -1.
All 4-up saves. Okay. It's 2 damage
All
a time.
2 damage.
Right, it's got 2 wounds left. You kill my Technomancer already. The first feel no pains. Dead. And then these feel no pains will go onto wraiths.
Yes.
And one isn't dead. One goes... Oh no. Yeah, one goes down to 1 wound remaining. Then we rounded out the shooting phase from the Shroud runners who have moved and ducked back in there after nuking another one of the wraiths. So one of the units of wraiths is already down to just 3 without a Technomancer. And he killed the Annihilation Barge as well. So pretty good shooting phase for the Eldar. Now we're on to the charge phase. The race here wants to charge the Scarabs right up the middle of the battle grid. You're going to need a 5.
Yes.
And that's a 10. Definitely get in there.
Should be enough.
And then the Banshees, it was a 6, right? And they want to engage
the
same
Scarabs
unit
as well.
Okay. And that's a Snake Eyes.
I will use my last CP to reroll this
Brilliant. Because you spent the other one on the move, shoot, move, and that's a
Just
6.
enough.
Just enough to get in there. So Smash, you take the middle of the battle grid. One more charge round here. You're going to need 11 to make this charge.
We might as well go for it and see.
Fate
Get that one out
with
the way.
you.
Apparently it is.
Fate is with you. That's a fat 11. Look at that. So you're in against the doomed wraiths, and they're still doomed. And you put a wraith lord right down in the middle of my battle grid. And I don't have the CP to interrupt. So let's fight. So you're doing the strength 7 attack.
Yes.
Lots of attacks. Hitting on 3s. 2s.
Hitting on 4s, unfortunately.
4s in close combat.
Wraiths
do they get on 4s in close combat?
without the spirits here, they're not guided very well.
What's wrong with that? That's, not that the Eldar need that much help.
Yeah. Gonna use my Eldar
Yes.
re-hits now?
Yes.
Okay.
See, that's 6 hits. And at strength 7 versus toughness 6 with +1 to wound. You're wounding my wraith on 2s.
On 2s.
How much damage does this do?
These are AP -1, 2 damage.
So what you're saying is 4 up and vulnerable saves and I'm fine.
Yes.
That's 6 dice, isn't it? Yes. I lose a wraith.
Okay.
Now, interestingly, if you'd killed 1 more wraith, you'd have taken that objective off of me because you've got an OC of 3, wraiths have an OC of 2, so you won't claim that one in the Murderbowl. Then we're going to come across to the middle. At the start of the fight phase, what happens is one of the Scarabs blows up. Should have done it a minute ago, but let's do it now. That's not a vehicle, right?
That is not a vehicle. It's a
Okay,
monster.
so let's do it on the Banshees. Mind you, it's down to 3
Only
wounds
got 3
remaining, so
wounds
we're going
left.
for the glory shot. Don't roll a 1. A roll a 1. Okay, 1 just blows up and goes. It just went poof. So we're going with the Banshees. They have 3 attacks each.
Hitting on 3s.
Nice.
I'll do my Eldar reroll now.
Okay. Strength 4, toughness 2. Choose to wound.
I'll use the Eldar reroll now.
Yes. AP?
-3, I believe.
No save. How much damage?
Only 1 damage each.
So it's 1 dead base, 2 dead base, 3 dead bases. There are 2 remaining. So then the Wraithseer piles in. She has a lot of attacks. 12 on the sweep. Doesn't degrade.
Doesn't degrade, so still hitting on 4s.
Nice. And Eldar reroll.
Eldar reroll.
Wounding on 2s, 1 damage a time, only doing 3 wounds. Doesn't even kill a base.
Does not kill a base.
Interesting, because the spider in my command phase will automatically put 1 back in there.
Before they recover.
Yeah, and that is the end of Eldar turn 2. You've done a lot of killing. I mean, the Wraiths are in trouble already, and I've only really got 2 punchy units. The rest are all shooty, and one of my shooty units is gone. The Annihilation Barge. And you're on 2 objectives.
Ooh.
So let's blow them up.
Am I also OCing you on that now? Is
Yes. So you're on 3 objectives. You're on 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
You're on 3 objectives.
Oh, no.
Over here, what I do appreciate is you're a veteran of Murderbowl.
I wouldn't say veteran, but I'm very aware of Murderbowl.
So you made sure you're within 3 with the Guardians, but more than 2.
Yes.
So unless it's a big explosion, none of the Guardians are going to get hit. Because I've done it all the time where I've got multiple units on objectives. You're trying to put only one on that objective. So I kind of want you to roll a 3.
I kind of do, but it's up to the god dice.
Well, let's see. Fate. Let's see what fate
this
says.
one first.
Tzeentch says just 2. That's 2. 2 wounds on there, so you don't kill any guardians. Okay. How about on the other side over there?
Oh, and this one first?
Yes.
So there's a few units there, unfortunately. It's just the way it is, so we'll see how much we score.
And
that is 5, which is 3.
Oh, that's going to be a few mortal wounds.
That is indeed.
Who's on that one?
So we have Guardians and the Wraiths.
It's going to kill a Wraithblade.
It's going to kill a Wraithblade.
Now, interestingly, the reason why I wanted to do it last is the one in the middle. If you roll a 3, it'll kill your Wraiths here. Yes. She's on 3 remaining.
Yes. It might also get your spider, though, but
it's
probably not the best trade.
It will get the spider. Okay.
Let's see how it goes. There we go.
It's a 1. It's just a 1. She's still alive. It does kill that base. That was on 1 wound. And that does get you 6 points.
I believe so, yeah.
6 each.
6 each.
What did you just say? What, the thing?
No Eldar should ever die in a battle report.
Because they're the dying race. And I don't have very many left.
There's just nothing you can do about it.
Let's face it, they've been hanging around for 10,000 years like a bad smell. Now's the time that the Shattered Dynasty unleashes hell in turn 2. Right, okay. First thing is, we remember the fight back with the Scarabs, which it did. No wounds caused. And here we are after the movement phase and reanimating all over the place. And the Spider putting another Scarab back in there in the command phase. They're battle shocks, so they're staying there. And that was the only battle shock fail that I made right in the middle of the battle grid. Big Mama there's on 2 wounds remaining.
She's only got 2 left.
Yes. So Scarabs blowing up should be able to do it if I don't shoot in, and the Banshees should not be long for this world as well. Then round here, the Wraiths, and I reanimated 1, were not battle shocked with this fella, so they've moved round to do a bit of move blocking over here, and also scoring me this objective. Because this Wraith Lord is in range of that objective, so all the Immortals reroll all the wounds all the times against it. So I'm taking 1-2 objectives here. The idea is to move. I'm quite strong in this corner unless some Wraith Guard come in over there. So 1-2 objectives. I will be on this one here once I've done some charges and things. And then I'm also on a 4th objective over on this side. And you're thinking about phantasming.
I think it's time to go for the phantasm, yes.
So in the movement phase you can move a thing.
Yes.
And then you phantasmed here then.
Yes.
Why are we phantasming around here on those units?
I'm aware that Necrons have an ability of rerolls whilst they're on an objective.
The Immortals do, yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be a lot of pain.
So I'm just trying to protect my assets at this point.
Okay, so I'll be rerolling wound rolls of 1 instead of rerolling all wound rolls. And because they're so tough, let's shoot them. Let's start here. So all of these guys hitting on 3s with the Plasmancer. Now, the interesting thing is, do I control more in this zone than you? Objectives. I'm on that one. I've got this one, this one. You've just got 1, so I'm re-rolling all hits.
Yes.
I'm re-rolling all the hits. And those are critical. So what I'm going to do, because you're Eldar, is instead of just re-rolling the misses, I'm re-rolling all the hits.
Okay.
I'm scared of the Eldar. Don't tell anyone I'm scared of the Eldar. None of my Imperial players. They'll get very upset. All those critical hits, you see. This is why Gauss is strong. And these are wound on 5s. That many at -1. That's quite a lot.
That is quite a lot. No.
Chunk of 3-up saves. 1 damage a time.
Ooh.
That one's pretty cocked. Okay.
1 was already on 1 wound, so that kills 1. Kills a second, and 1 is down to 2 wounds.
1's on 2 wounds, you say?
Yes.
So Plasmancer is a 2 damage prismatic lance, which hits all the times. That's critical. It is strength 7, so I just rolled a wound with these. Okay, 1 wound is AP -3.
Did you
2 damage. I did I get 1? There you go. 2 wounds. 2 wounds. AP -3. 2 5-up saves. I nuke the 1 on 1 wound. Drop 1 down to 1 wound, and then he points his stinky finger. So he's got this little finger that he's pointing at, called Living Lightning. You roll 4 dice, and on 4s, you take mortal wounds, no mortal wounds, and don't kill the last fella. That was pretty good shooting. So a Doomsday cannon from a Canoptic Doomstalker is probably overkill. So let's do that. D6 plus 1 shots for only 3 shots. Hitting on 3s, full reroll, wounding on 2s, no wounds. So it wasn't overkill. Yeah. So the Annihilation Barge will fire everything at them. Let's do this. We are hitting on 3s. 6s explode twice.
Oh, impressive.
And we're strength 8. They're toughness 7.
Yes.
So we're wounding them on 3s. And that is 3 wounds. But they do get 2 up saves against this. So it should be okay.
Should be okay. Yeah, we'll just go for the roll.
You're just going for it? You're okay. And on a 5, they take mortal wounds. They don't take mortal wounds. And then there is the Gauss, underslung Gauss cannon underneath. This will hit you on 3s. And this will wound on 5s. That's -2, but there is cover. There is a wall in the way. So you get a threat save against it.
He's
and you're
okay,
fine.
just about.
Okay, so the 2 big guns don't do anything. The Immortals just pouring on the pain. Interesting. We'll come over here. We're going to shoot the spider into Banshees. Try and kill Banshees. 2 particle beamers. They're D6 shots each for 6 shots. We're hitting on 3s and re-rolling all the things because it's in the power matrix.
Yes.
And we are strength 6. Your toughness.
3.
Toughness Eldar.
That's the one.
2s to wound. 6s are devastating.
Ooh. Remaining Banshee. Need 5 ups, I believe.
Yep.
She's gone.
Now, there's that big wraith thing there. I can fire into combat, right? It's a monster.
Yes.
Okay, so the Technomancer will try and snipe it with a Staff of Light. But I'm hitting on 5s. I am re-rolling all the hits, because Power Matrix things, and I am going to need 6s. There's a wound at -2. It's got 2 wounds remaining.
Yes, is it 2 damage?
1 damage. It's got 1 wound remaining. And then all the wraiths have pistols. Transdimensional beamers, which hit on 5s. Re-rolling. That's 3 hits. And we're wounding on 6s. No wounds. It's down to 1 wound remaining. You see, I'm not even sure if I want to charge it now, because surely I'm not going to roll a 1 at the start of the fight phase. There is going to be explosion. It will die. That frees up the wraiths to charge some other things. Surely that's the way to go. I definitely won't roll a 1. We're coming across here. Lots and lots and lots of shots are going to go into this Wraith Lord. Let's start with the Immortals, because they did well last time. So we're hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Power Matrix thing. Also, you're incredibly tough. Look at all the 5s I'm rolling today. And then the rest are wounding on 6s because your toughness...
Toughness 11.
Oh, yeah, definitely wounding on 6s with a full re-roll because you're in range of an objective. So that does. So all of them are -1 on your Wraith Lord.
How much damage each of these?
Just 1 damage. Anti-infantry weapon. You have a 3-up save. And you fail quite a few. Down to 5 wounds remaining, then Living Lightning from the Plasmancer takes another 2 wounds off. You're down to 3 wounds remaining. Then his Prismatic Lance fires out. I've got the re-roll. And it hits once. It's strength 7. It does wound -3.
Yeah, how much damage is that?
2.
Okay. It
You're
goes
down
through.
to 1 wound remaining. So the Immortals are doing work here. This one's on 1 wound. This one's on 1 wound. If I charge him with the Scarabs and blow up and don't roll a 1, then that one will definitely be dead as well.
Yes.
So does that free up? No, I better put the spider in, just in case. 2d6 shots. Snake Eyes. 3s to hit. And then strength 6. So 5s to wound, but 6s are devastating. There's a devastating wound. You were on 1 wound.
I was on 1 wound. It is
kill
gone.
it. I kill it with a spider.
Let's see if it explodes. It only does 1 mortal wound, but no, it just goes down.
So I've only got 2 things left to fire. The 2 Canoptic Doomstalkers here. I'm definitely going to go charging in. Take the last wound off. Free up the Wraiths as well. Plus the spider can go charging in.
Yes.
Charging in as well. That's definitely a thing. So what can I actually shoot? Well, this thing, the only thing you can really shoot at is the Hornet back there. So let's shoot at the Hornet back there. D6 plus 1 shots. For 6 shots, finally, because I've been rolling quite low, we're hitting the Hornet on 3s. We've got the reroll. This is strength 14.
Against strength 7.
Is it?
Oh, toughness 7, sorry, yeah.
So 2s to wound. Rolling 3 saves.
Yeah, roll 3 saves, just see how we get on.
5s. So it's taken 6 damage. How many wounds has it got?
It's got 2 wounds left.
So if you fail the next save, dead, unless you fate dice it.
I think I'm going to fate dice it. I'm going to manipulate the strands of fate and use the fate dice on that one.
See, now I've got a decision. The Canoptic Doomstalker was going to try and blast away, because you're going to put one straight back in there, even though one died. But I can see the Hornet with this one. So do I kill the Hornet? Or do I shoot at them? Let's see what the Strands of Fate say. On a 1, 2, 3, I'm going to shoot them. The Strands of Fate tell me to shoot the Hornet. Now, being a good Necron, I know not to listen to Fate.
Okay.
We follow science and logic, which means we're shooting at the Wraith things. We're shooting at the Wraith things, and I've got 7 shots, which becomes 8 shots with Blast. 3s to hit the Wraith Blades with the re-roll, and then 2s to wound the Wraith Blades. 6 4-up saves.
6 4-up saves.
Boom, boom, boom.
That is the squad.
That was big. You're not putting any more back in there.
They're not going back in now.
That was big. See what happens when you don't play with the Strands of Fate. What happens is you kill the units that you want to kill, and you don't make a god explode into existence and the Eye of Terror appear and billions and trillions of lives get killed. Do not mess with Fate. Science, logic is the way forward. Let's do some charges. The Wraiths are going to charge the bikes.
Yes.
They're going 4. Are we?
That's enough.
Yeah, we're within 5. That's enough. We're going to move them. And I needed to move them out of the way because Spider wants to charge the big Wraith construct in the middle of the battle grid. And that's a 7. We get in there. So, start off the fight phase. On a 1, I kill it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Scarab blows up. It's not a 1. Sorry, don't roll a 1. It does D3. That's 3 mortal wounds. I get rid of the Wraith construct thing. Does it blow up as well?
It does have deadly minus. So
okay.
We'll see if it blows up.
Okay. It doesn't blow up. I got rid of it. Fine. Now we fight. Then we pile in with the Wraiths. 2 of them aren't fighting, just 4 of them fighting. We're hitting on 4s. We're re-rolling, trying to tear apart these puppets of the old ones. We're wounding on 3s. That one's really cocked. And it's AP minus 1, 2 damage. 5 up and vulnerable saves.
That's the squad.
Now, before we blow up any objectives, that was a strong turn for the Shattered Dynasty. Banshee's gone, Wraith thing gone, another Wraith thing gone. Wraith Guard over there, I mean, that was a bonus.
That was impressive work.
Didn't expect to get rid of all of them, but got rid of all of them. These Wraith Blades are still kicking around. There's still a Hornet over there on a couple of wounds left, and you've got some Wraith Guard in your pocket.
Yes.
That can come on and do some serious work. It is 6 points each. Let's find out how many points I get with exploding objectives. Starting off with this one. That's going to cost me 3 wounds, but get me 2 points. Over here, the Wraiths seem... Okay, this is going to hurt. That's really going to hurt. And then the Immortals over here for 2. And then over here with the Wraiths and Scarabs. See, they were going to charge the thing, so the Scarabs weren't going to be there. But now they are there for another 2. Adding up all the points, it's 15 points to 6 for the Shattered Dynasty. So going to Eldar, turn 2. First up, Eldar Shenanigans. The Fate dice rolls are going quite well for you.
Not too bad.
There's a couple of 6s, recycling one of them and adding another one in. And this is what it looks like at the end of the movement phase after stuff has blown up and I've moved a few things away. Combat Guardians, maybe, into Wraiths. There's an objective here.
Desperate times.
And you want to try and get it. They are supported by snipers, and there's the Hornet that dropped its grenade cluster on the Wraiths as it flew over, but I made my feel no pains. Behind the Hornet, where it once was, the Wraith Guard have just walked on from your board edge.
Yes.
We're saying that there were some Scarabs and things over there. Basically, this is the Eye of the Storm. There's a 10,000 point battle going on.
Yes.
And those fellas were dealing with some stuff over there. This is where the Warlords are. This is where the important part of Murderbowl is happening. Then down on this flank, that Wraith Lord is holding on to that objective at the entrance to the generators, and you're thinking about Close Combat Guardians over here.
Yes.
To slingshot onto this objective. Because...
They'll at least have the Autarch with them, so hopefully give them just enough assistance.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a unit, there's 8 left with the Plasmancer down here. The Wraith Blades failed their Battleshock test though. So they have an OC of 0 currently, so they can't steal that objective off of me. I did think about overwatching, but then I remembered how horribly it went last turn. So I didn't overwatch. So I'm sat on 2 CP. You're sat on 2 CP because you gained 1. And we're going to go on to the shooting phase. Do you know what you're going to doom this time round?
Believe it or not, I might actually doom... Ooh.
That's a no then.
It is a no, sorry. 1 moment.
A few moments later. You don't think you need to doom the Wraiths?
In theory.
Because there's a lot of shots.
A lot
some
of powerful shots
devastating
going in
against them. So brave decision there. Instead, dooming the Immortals back here.
Yes.
Now we're going to the shooting phase. So we're starting on this side of the battle grid one more time with the Guardians inside the Generatoriums. The shots that can hit the Immortals, going into the Immortals. All the other shots coming up against the Annihilation Barge or the Canoptic?
Gonna go for the barge.
Going for the barge. 5 shooting the Immortals. On threes.
Threes.
5 to wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. I lose 1. The 1's into the battle barge. Need 6s.
1 6.
1. And that's a wound. And there is a Melter and a Lance that can also hit the barge.
I'll start off with the Melter.
Okay.
Hitting on 2s. Oh, that's very cocked.
Pretty cocked. That's a hit.
That is a hit. Strength 9.
Wounds on a 3.
I will probably use my Aeldari reroll here.
Yes, yes.
That's a 5.
A wound. A 4-up invulnerable save on the Annihilation Barge. And make him a 4-up invulnerable save. Then you got the Lance.
The Lance coming in next, which misses, but I haven't used my reroll to hit yet.
You haven't. It's a hit. 3's to wound. It's a wound. And that's another save. So that unit Guardian's only taking down 1 Immortal. Right, then we move down this side of the battle grid. The snipers with not Illic Night Spear are firing everything at the Wraiths, trying to snipe out that Technomancer and get rid of his Feel No Pain.
We'll start with Jetta, who is Illic, not Illic.
Yes.
On 2s.
We hit. And
she does get a reroll for free just because that's
free
the
reroll.
team.
And that's a wound. AP minus 3?
Yes.
No save, I'm in the open there.
Okay, it'll be 3 damage overall.
3 damage, 3 Feel No Pains. It's down to 2 wounds left. It's half dead, ready for the other snipers that do 2 damage a time to shoot in and take its head off.
There's the rest of them.
Okay, you got
I haven't used my reroll to hit yet.
There's your reroll.
Okay. That's all of them hits. And then it'll be 5s, I believe.
Yes.
But rerolling everything. That's just 1.
Rerolling everything because of a Illic Night Spear. I need a 5. I don't make a 5. 2 Feel No Pains or the Technomancer's dead. Technomancer's dead. See, that was a perfect sequence of operations. The number of times I forgot to kill the buffing unit with precision fire. You killed it first of all. Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. And now we have got Wraith Blades, Guard and Wraith Lord firing everything at the Wraiths. Now they no longer have Feel No Pain. Which one are we firing first?
We'll start off with the Wraith Lord.
Brilliant.
So he's got little piddly guns on him. We'll see if he can pip off that last wound first.
Oh, yeah. One's on a wound. One's on a wound.
Hitting on 4s.
Yes. There's 3 hits.
3 hits, and it'll be 5s to wound. 1
There's
wound
a wound.
might be enough. No, it is not.
No piddly wound taken off. Now the big guns.
Right, Lance first, which misses. So I will use the reroll now.
Okay.
It hits.
It hits.
Be 3s to bleed, strength 12.
Yes.
It does
wounds on a 2. That wounds. 4-up invulnerable save. That's a pass as well. Okay. Missile
Next will
launcher.
be the missile launcher, which does hit and does wound.
And a 4-up invulnerable save. What did I get?
A 4.
I made it again. I keep passing the saves.
It happens.
It's glorious, isn't it?
We're looking at the strands of fate, and it's not looking great.
Your Wraith Guard are going to have to do it.
Let's hope so.
They're scary. Hitting on 3s?
Hitting on 4s,
because they're not led by anyone.
So here we go.
That is 1 hit.
So far, we'll see if we can re-roll 1 to another hit.
That's
only
1 hit.
1 hit.
Strength.
Strength 14.
Okay, it's a 2 to wound. With a reroll. You don't hit all wounds. Maybe it's not so much that I'm passing all my saves, it's just that you're not hitting anything. So, over here, Farseer Dallin going for the precision shot on the Plasmancer.
Yes.
One more time.
Hitting on a 2.
That's a hit.
And, yeah, no lethals there because the Shroud Runners are gone.
I am doomed, though.
Yes, so the strength of the attack, I think, is normally 5.
So 3's to wound, because toughness 5.
But it's plus with the Doom.
Yeah, so strength 5 versus toughness 5 is 4s, plus 1 is 3s.
Yeah, so I need to use my Eldar reroll on that one. It does wound this time.
AP.
AP minus 2.
6. I don't make a 6. How much damage?
D6 on this one.
It's got 4 wounds.
I will use a 4.
You're going to use a 4 from a fate dice, and Dallin points her stinky finger out at the Plasmancer and snipes it into oblivion. And then the Guardians unleash hell.
Hitting on 3s. 4s to wound with Doom.
AP minus 1.
I've already used my reroll.
No cover. 4 up saves. I lose 3 of them. So there's 5 immortals remaining. Now we've got a unit of snipers and the Hornet left. The Hornet originally wanted to put all the firepower into the race.
Yes.
Because there shouldn't be very many wraiths there.
Yes.
There's still all the wraiths there.
Yes.
So instead you're going to split fire because it always works. 1 into Spider on 3 wounds, 1 into Wraith on 3 wounds. This is definitely going to work.
Yeah, so we'll do the bake squad first.
Okay.
See if we blick that one off. Nope.
No.
And then I'll save the reroll for this one. So
Okay, into Wraith.
And I'll use the reroll.
That's a hit.
Okay. Toughness?
6.
So it'll be 2s to wound.
That's
Those
a wound.
wound to be invulnerable save.
4 up and Van. I
You
can't fail an invulnerable save right now. Then we rounded out the shooting phase with a few more shots into the Immortals. There's 4 of them left, but the Eldar are not out of the fight yet, despite not a very good shooting phase. They still want to push. They still want to take these objectives in this Murderbowl. You're going to try and start off with a charge from the Guardians.
Yes.
Slingshotting all the way around here into the Scarabs to take this objective off of me.
That is the ambition.
You do have fate dice if you want to guarantee this roll. Because over here you're thinking about charging in, and these are like 4 and 5 inch charges.
Yeah.
So I think you got that one.
I think I will use one of the 6s that I gained on this roll, and
Brilliant.
that's what I'll put that on, and then just plus this dice.
That's an 8. That will be enough to slingshot them round there. Dude, you're charging the Wraiths, not the Scarabs. I thought it's Scarabs.
No.
Who would go against some Wraiths, particularly when I've got 2 CP and can pay to interrupt?
Desperate times.
Who would do such a thing? I hope this pulls off. Well, you've got the objective. You've got that objective. Then over this side, 5 inch charge with these Guardians here. And that's a 9 they get in there. And the Wraith Blades are 4 or 3.
I'll
we'll
roll that down.
and figure it out. Everyone's in. The Immortals are in trouble. So we're going to start down here. You're on 2 objectives. I'm on 2 objectives in this thing.
Yes.
So I'm not in my power matrix anymore. And you're spending a CP on precision hits.
Yes.
On your character. Because this Plasmancer is the last character remaining in the Necron force. We've got another charge into the Spider.
He's
the
going to try
Spirit Seer.
Go down like a hero.
Yes.
Okay.
8. Okay, he's going to go flying in there. Right, back to precision hit time. Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s.
With your Autarch.
I will use my reroll now.
Yes. So that's 4 hits.
Yes.
Strength 6 versus toughness 4.
So it'll be 3s to wound.
We have 3 wounds. You've got a reroll.
I will use the reroll now.
What's the AP?
AP minus 2.
How much damage?
2 damage each.
So what you're saying is, I need 2 6s to stay alive. The Plasmancer's dead. Not only that, it kills one of the Immortals as well. Now we're doing the Guardians. 6 Immortals remaining. All my characters wiped out. Guardians hit on surely 6s or something.
Not too bad. I think it's 3s, isn't it?
Is it
3s? It's
3s?
okay, but it's everything else that happens, and I've already used my reroll. 3.
Strength 3, toughness 5. They hit on Space Marines. That's not right, is it? Hitting on Space Marines. There's 1 wound.
That's 1.
There's a save.
You're okay.
I mean, they've been around for a very long time. Hitting on 3s kind of makes sense. Guardsman lives for 40 years. Eldar lives for 40 million years. I'm paying to interrupt. Wraith piling in, hitting back against these Guardians here. I'm going to hit them on 4s and re-roll those 4 1s.
Wow.
And I'm strength 6, your toughness Eldar.
Toughness Eldar.
I'm winning them on 2s. That is 5 wounds at AP minus 1. 5 up saves. And I only take down 3 of them. Then they can fight back. So starting with not Eldrad. 3 attacks. And you miss 1 of them.
I will use the reroll now.
Yes. You hit all 3 times. Strength
5.
Toughness 6.
Toughness 6. So
Yes.
yeah, we'll just attempt to wound.
We have 1 wound.
And I will use the reroll now.
Okay. Invulnerable saves.
Oh,
Drop dice don't count. I fail an invulnerable save. How much damage?
I believe it's only 2 damage.
2 damage. That one goes down to 1 wound remaining. Then can the Guardians plink off the last wound?
So on 3s.
That is 3 hits. You need the 6s to wound.
Do need the 6s.
No 6s. Can't plink off the last wound. So that combat is ongoing. Then we come back over here where these remaining 6 Immortals are facing the Wraith Blades.
Hitting on 4s.
Yes.
I'll use my Eldar reroll now.
Yes.
Only 2 hits.
Hits.
Strength 6.
Toughness 3. Wounds once.
I'll use my Eldar reroll now.
Okay. AP.
AP minus 3 on those.
Need 6s. Kill 2 more Immortals. There's still 4 left. They can fight back. So close combat Immortals, hitting those Guardians on 3s and rerolling. Oh no, there's not a Cryptek in that unit anymore, so no rerolling. But we're winning them on 3s because they're Guardians. And you're in range of an objective, so we reroll all failed wounds. And it does 6 wounds to the Guardians. What are we looking for? 4 up saves?
4 ups, yeah.
I take out 2 of them. 1 minute, we forgot the fight in the middle.
Of course,
the Spirit's here trying to stab that spider.
He gets 2 attacks, hit on 2s.
He hits both
times.
Nice.
This is going to be a bit of a wild one.
Right.
I'm going to use a 6 to wound.
Okay.
Just so he definitely gets 1 wound in.
Okay.
I'll need a 6 on this one, I believe. I'll use my Aeldari roll.
2 6s. Can he take it down?
No AP on them.
No AP.
It's D3 each.
3 up saves. I fail 1 of them. I don't have any CP. If you roll a 5 or 6, that hero manages to stab him in the head. You don't stab him in the head. You just stab him through the gut a little bit and make him angry, and now we'll fight back. 1 minute. CP reroll.
I do have 1 more CP left.
CP reroll for the glory shot.
We will see if we can make a hero.
Here we go.
No.
No, we tried. We tried. I like it though. I like it. The spider with his Ottoman claws is hitting you back on 4s, rerolling the 1. The spider hits all the times. Don't want to alarm you, but this is strength 8, and you're an elf.
He is an elf.
And I wound you 4 times at -2, 2 damage.
Okay.
Does it have an invulnerable save or something?
He does have a 4 invulnerable at least, yes.
Okay.
He's still dead though.
Brilliant. So the Eldar tried to push back and push back hard and didn't. They did some damage, spreading the wounds all the way across. I guess the best thing they did is kill every single character that the Necrons have. So that was a good shout out. And the other thing they did quite well is they're on 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives. So 4 lots of explosions coming up and a chance to get back into the lead. Starting with this one down here.
We'll do this one first.
Yes.
D3.
That's 2, which will kill that scarab as well and kill him because they were on 1 wound. So you're doing damage to me. The one with the scouts on.
Oh, there we go. That's the drop ice on count.
That's just a 1. Okay. The one with the Wraith Lord on.
Oh,
I can't see.
That's 2.
That's a 2. And then the Guardians down here. Some more Guardians might die.
Just 1.
Just 1 more. So adding up all the points, it's 15 points to the Necrons, 12 points to the Eldar, much murder in the Murderbowl, and we're about to go on to Necrons turn 3, and all of my Canoptic Doomstalkers are still chugging it, and this unit of Wraiths, you didn't manage to kill them. There's still 6 Wraiths just sat there. Here we are after the reanimation and a movement phase. This unit of Wraiths failed their battle shocks but passed their desperate breakout tests to get away from the close combat Guardians. And as you can see, there's going to be a lot of shots going into those close combat Guardians here, which should lock down these 2 objectives. Meanwhile, the Scarabs busted forward, so these Rangers back there took a few steps back. Again, Scarabs can't take objectives, but at least I can push you off of them. And then the Wraiths had a decision to make. The thing about the Wraiths is they're -1, 2 damage. So against these Wraith constructs here, I'm going to be winning on 5s and they're going to have 3 up saves.
Yes.
So I don't think I'm going to do much damage to them. But the Wraiths are really mad that you've been killing my Technomancers and stuff. All the characters. So we're going to go charging in against Nightspear's unit. You did roll the fat 6 to move back that unit and a 1 on Illick's unit.
Yes, it just sort of edged back a little bit in alarm.
Didn't see the Wraiths coming, you see.
That's it.
Phasing in and out. Didn't see them coming. And then down this side, I have backed away out of close combat with the Immortals after reanimating a couple of them. Trying to block the back lines for the Canoptic stuff. And I'm going to put lots of guns down into these 2 units here from the Canoptic Doomstalker and from the Annihilation Barge. The idea is at the end of all of this, I'll only actually be on 3 objectives, but I should be able to cut a swathe through most of the Eldar force, leaving them some units over here that can do work later in the game. But it's still only turn 3. Your dead pile is looking spectacular.
Yes.
So at least I can stop instant scoring some of these? Maybe? Anyway, let's fire a Canoptic Doomstalker down in at the Wraithblades. And I have D6 + 1 shots. For 6 shots. 3s to hit with the reroll. And then 2s to wound, 4, 5 up saves. One more 5-up save.
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
They're dead.
They are gone.
Okay, so that was good. Now let's try and hurt the Guardians.
Okay.
Starting off with the Tesla beam coming in.
I am going to spend the free CP for the Autarch. He does have that ability, so he's going to put lightning fast on them.
-1 to hit?
Them -1 to hit, yes.
Okay. Hitting you on 4s with the Tesla Cannon of Doom. So only hit 2 times, but it sustained hits 2, so I hit 6 times.
Excellent.
And it wounds on 2s. They all wound, but they are full armor saves of 4-up.
Yes. Looking for 4-ups.
And 3 of them die, and on a 5, no, that'd be no more mortal wounds in on that unit. And here's the underslung Gauss cannon, and they're all crits, they all wound.
Excellent. So that's 3 more saves.
Yes.
Any
3
AP?
-2.
So 3 more dead.
Yeah. So wipe out 6 of them in total. Now let's try and polish them off with the shots from the 2d6 shot particle caster from the spider, which needs 4s to hit and rerolls 1s, and that is only 2 hits and 2 wounds, 2 full armor saves, and 1 more dies, just leaving the Autarch there.
I might actually put the wound
put it on the weapon
platform.
platform. That's the way to do it. Yes. So 1 on the weapon platform. Now we're coming across to Canoptic Doomsday Stalker thing. Let's kill the Hornet. Put the piddly gun down here, though.
Of course.
It's a piddly underslung gun, which is a critical hit.
Okay, so you save for straight away?
Yeah, no AP.
The platform's still
Platform's
okay
still
for now.
fine. Here's the D6 shots, which is 2 shots with +1 into the Hornet, which both hit and both wound. And there's a 2 5-up saves on the Hornet or dead Hornet. Dead Hornet.
Enough.
Then we move across down to the left flank where the Immortals and the Spider are going to put all the rounds into not Eldrad's unit and the remaining Guardians here. And when the dust settles, she's down to 4 wounds remaining. Stood on her own. And there's this Doomsday arc that hasn't fired, which was lining up to look at those things over there, those Wraith Guard with those big, nasty guns. But come on now. That one's got Doom and all the things. And
that is true.
It's got to die. So let's shoot it up. For 6 shots. Not Eldrad's getting hit on 4s because of Eldar shenanigans with the reroll. And wounded on 2s. Now it's 5 wounds, 3 damage a time.
Okay.
Does she have an invulnerable save?
She does have an invulnerable save.
Is it a 2-up?
It is not a 2-up, unfortunately. It'd be nice if it was, but it's just the 4-ups.
Okay.
So see how we get on.
5 4-up invulnerable saves.
So I'll do 2 at a time for now, just in case he survives long enough to
do the
use
fate
dice.
Yeah.
So see how we get on. So she saves 1, she's down to 1 wound.
Right.
I'll just roll 2 more and see how we get on.
Okay. Live.
And then I will spend the last save
on a fate dice.
just to keep her around a little bit
She's
longer.
on 1 wound remaining. What a goddamn hero. Okay. Let's fire some pistol shots from Wraiths into these scouts up here. And then let's charge. The transdimensional beamers killed 2 of the rangers. Then we charge. And we're going 11. And then over here, well, this spider might as well charge, not Eldrad.
And why not?
And goes 8. Smush, we make it there. Smush, the Wraiths make there. And then the Scarabs charging the rangers that ducked back. That's a Snake Eyes. That's a fail charge. Inchin.
Yeah?
I'm not spending my CP on a CP reroll.
Okay.
Because I got 1 CP. And, you know, not Eldrad. What's her name?
Farseer Dellen.
Farseer Dellen. You did some twisting of the fates to keep her alive.
Yes.
She's a hero. But you know what else is a hero? Spiders are vehicles.
Yes.
Which means they can tank shock.
That is true.
So I'm spending the CP. And she's gone.
She's gone.
Just before the spider ran her down like a charging bull, a little hole opened up into the ground and she dropped into the webway.
Webway is always available.
She's
for
fine.
Strong plot armor, you know?
She's fine. She'll be coming back later. Let's go on to Wraiths killing these fellas up here. Are they minuses to hit in close combat?
Not in close combat, no.
Not in close combat. Okay, so it's going to be 4s re-rolling 1s. And here we are for the re-rolls, winning on 2s. 10 at -1. 10 5-up saves?
Go into the invulnerable 5-up saves.
Yeah.
Put it here.
Yeah, we're going here and...
I don't think it's quite enough.
No. So the snipers are gone. Farseer Dallin nips back into the webway. That's the end of turn 3, and Necrons are taking the field here. But I'm only on 3 objectives. I'm on this one with the spider, and I get a point. And this one with the Immortals, and I get another point. and this one in the middle. And I get 2 points, which is lucky because it doesn't kill the spider when it blows up. And that makes it 19 points to 12 in favour of the Necrons. The Eldar are only 7 points behind as we go on to Eldar turn 3. In the movement phase, the Eldar step forward to take 3 objectives. They're Rangers, not Rangers, Pathfinders coming back over here. Wraithlord is there. These guys have passed their battle shock test, the Autarch and the last remaining Guardian. I'm going to start the shooting phase here. The Bright Light's going into the spider because it's only on 1 wound.
It is on 1 wound, so
I'm within 12.
Pip it.
You can't account a temporal shift. The light arm's coming in.
Yes.
To the Immortals.
And I'll probably put his Melter just into that.
Melter into Canoptic?
Yes.
Nice, okay. 3 different targets.
Yes, with firing always works.
Let's fire the Bright Lance.
Look at the Bright Lance first against the spider. That misses, so I'll use the reroll now. It still misses.
Oh, no.
We'll do the Piddly Fire next into the Necrons. 1 hit.
Yes.
Only 5 to wound.
It
wounds. AP -1.
And you don't kill 1.
Very well.
And then the Melter into
the Melter is last but not least. Does hit. Strength 9, so it does wound.
4 up and Van. I can't
good.
fail an invulnerable save right now. So maybe the Wraithguard can do it. 2 into the Spider, 3 into Wraiths. What are we starting off with?
We'll start off with the 2 going into the Spider.
Brilliant.
Hitting
Last time they did nothing. This time.
This could be the time.
Yes.
Hitting on 4s. Okay. 1 hit. I will use the reroll now just to try and pip it off. Still misses.
Strength.
Strength 14.
Toughness 7, so 2s. It
does wound.
AP?
AP man's 4.
He's definitely dead. There's a little bit of cover on a 6. No. And he's got 1 wound remaining, so it's dead. They do blow up. It doesn't blow up.
Okay, the next 3 will be going into Wraiths. Wraith on Wraiths.
2 hits.
2 hits. I've used my reroll, so just 2 hits.
2
to wound. 2 wound.
4 up and buns. I failed an invulnerable save.
Okay.
I failed 1. D6 damage.
D6
1 on 2 wounds after reanimating. And he gets nuked. Now onto the Wraithlord, also shooting up at the Wraiths.
Yes. We'll start off with the Bright Lance.
Yes.
Misses, so I will use my reroll now.
Hits.
Be strength 12.
2s to wound.
That wounds. 4. Invulnerable.
I failed the invuln.
It's D6 plus 2.
That's a dead Wraith. That's definitely a dead Wraith.
Okay, and then the next one's just the rocket launcher, also hitting on 4s. That hits, and then it'll be strength 10, I believe, so it'll be 3s.
To wound.
AP -2 on that one.
4 up and invuln. I passed that one, so you just kill 1. After 2 of those Wraiths got nuked, there was some sniper fire that came out into the Immortals, and they're down to 3 remaining, and that is the end of the shooting phase. You're on 3 objectives.
Yes.
You don't want to charge off this objective here.
No, you'll just unfortunately overwhelm me on it.
But the Wraithguard, it's like a 9 or 10 inch charge up until the Wraiths.
We'll see how we get on. As we get high enough roll, we can always measure it.
They really don't want to be in combat with these guys. And that's a 10.
Okay.
And you're hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s with the Wraithguard.
Yes. And you got the reroll, and that's pretty good hitting.
Not bad for they've done better than the Blades.
Wraithguard Fist, though, strength 5 versus toughness 6, so it's going to be 5s to wing.
Try and hit them with the butts of the decans.
And you've got a reroll, and that's a lot of wounds. 8 wounds.
Well, that's the best of roll today.
8 3-up saves. You knock 1 all the way down to 1 wound remaining.
It's close.
Then we fight back. On 4s, rerolling 1s, and then 5s with no rerolls. That's only 3 wounds. 3-up saves, 2 damage a time. I do take 1 out. So with the Wraith cut down to only 4 remaining in that squad, that is the end of Eldar turn 3. It's 19 points to 12.
Okay.
You're on 3 objectives.
Yes.
Let's start with this explosion here.
For the mighty...
That's a mighty 2, which will kill a base as well. And then this objective over here with the Wraithlord. And that's
1.
just a 1. And then
Last
over
but not
here,
least,
Guardians and Autarch
just 1.
get a 1 as well. That makes it 19 points to 16 in favour of the Necrons. The Eldar no longer have any Farseer to guide them. And the ancient enemy now will push the attack in Necrons turn 4. So round on this flank, we've surrounded the Rangers here. And there'll be many shots coming in from Immortals and Spiders and things. I did move both of these 2 Doomsday arcs, Canoptic Doomsday things, Stalkers, because then I can get all the shots down into that Wraith thing over there, staying in combat with this Wraith thing over here, my Wraiths, Means I won't be shooting these guys, but I'm not that scared of them in close. I don't think we hurt each other very much. We're not going to be hurting each other very much. And then down here there's an Autarch, and the last remaining Guardian is going to get shot by all of these guns after the Immortals reanimated and moved forward and have already stolen that Murderbowl objective off of the Eldar. Doing lightning fast reactions for free one more time. So the Immortals hit on 4s, 6s are lethal. Wounding you on 3s, re-rolling everything because you're in range of objective, and that's a bajillion saves.
On the poor Guardian first.
Yes.
He's dead.
He's dead.
So the rest will go on his 4 up invulnerable.
On the Autarch. And the Autarch.
Gone.
Yeah. How many wounds has he got?
He's got 5 wounds.
That's 5 wounds right there.
Yeah, but I think he's dead anyway. Even if I re-roll a save, by the time the objective goes off, he's already gone. So
yeah, when it explodes, he's definitely dead anyway.
Yes.
Interestingly, that's all the characters from the Eldar gone as well. It's been an absolute slaughterfest. Right, let's try and take down this Wraith Lord with this Doomsday Cannon Canoptic thing that stayed still. It has 4 shots. It hits on 3s and wounds on 3s at -3. No cover from this angle.
Ups. He's okay.
Makes them both. Okay, I'm firing the other 2 in. I'll do it at the same time.
Sure.
Because it's all going in and it's all the same and covering things. So it's 6 shots, adding 2 to this for 8 shots. These Stalkers are hitting on 4s though because they moved, but I kept them in the power matrix. So we're still re-rolling all the things all the time. I only hit 3 times. I wound 3 times.
Nice done.
-2 because of cover.
So he falls with the cover. It takes
3.
It takes 3.
It takes 3. It's still alive. So can the Annihilation Barge polish it off? Probably not. Let's give it a go. We hit all the times, and those 6s count as extra hits.
Very nice.
For many hits. Winning on 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wounds. They're all AP dash, so 2 up saves. And at 2 damage a time, it goes down to 2 wounds remaining.
2 wounds.
And then on a 5, it gets hit by lightning. It's not hit by lightning. Then the underslung Gauss cannon fires in and hits twice. And this needs 6s to wound. Wounds once at AP -2, becomes -1.
He's okay.
And it's alive, hanging in there on 2 wounds remaining. Then we move around to this side of the battle grid, and all the remaining guns are fired into the Pathfinders. And with stealth and with invulnerable saves, there's 1 left and 1 wound. And I also fired the particle beamers in from the Wraiths. Did nothing. So now we charge. At the end of the fight phase, it looks like this. Boom went the Scarab. It took a bit longer than that to kill the Rangers, Pathfinders, but they're gone. They're wiped out. And then the Wraiths and the Wraith Guard slapped against each other. And I think there was some wounds caused, but basically there's 4 left on each side, locked up there. And that is the end of Necrons, turn 4. And I'm on 1 objective with the Immortals over here, and 2, 3 objectives over here. The Scarabs don't control the thing. Oh no, they were battle shocked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were battle shocked. So I'm only on 2 objectives. Yeah, because the Scarabs don't control anything. So this unit of Immortals gets me 2 ZP, and there's only 2 left. And this unit of Immortals gets me 3 as we go on to Eldar turn 4. It's 24 points to 16, and then the Aeldari have 2 units remaining. You spent your CP on Feigned Retreat, so the Wraith Guard jumped down, and then the Wraith Lord walked forward. Then in the shooting phase, Wraith Lord firing anti-infantry at the Immortals, but not killing them. The big guns are coming up into the Wraiths, however, starting off with the...
We'll do the rocket launcher first.
Nice. And
which
that
does
hits.
hit. I spent 10, so it'll be 3s. Does wound. I'll be invulnerable.
I failed the invulnerable save.
So D6 for...
1's dead then.
Okay.
1 was on 2 wounds remaining. He gets wiped out. Then the Lance, the Bright Lance.
Bright Lance next, which doesn't hit, but I haven't used my reroll, so here's the Eldar reroll.
Brilliant.
Does hit.
2's to wound.
2's to wound. Yeah. And that does wound.
4 up and bun. I fail that. I'm failing invulnerable saves now.
That's D6 plus 2, so let's see how we get on. That's a 1.
That's 3 damage.
I will use my last CP just to...
Right.
I think this might be the last attack that he gets.
Okay. It's dead. It's dead. He killed 2 of them. So there's 2 Wraiths remaining here, and now they're going to get lit up by the Wraith Guard, who are splitting fire. 2 into the Wraiths, 2 into the spiders.
Yes.
Good luck.
We'll do the 2 into the Wraith first.
Yes.
Hitting on 4s. I'll use the reroll on this one now.
Okay.
That still misses.
No. Wraiths, it's just their Wraith form. It just shoots
Very
straight
swingy.
through them.
Yeah. We don't have a Wraith here, but... Yeah.
4s into the spiders.
Into the spider next.
Both of them hit. You see,
hit.
you can see the spider, but these are flickering in and out of reality.
Yeah.
2's to wound.
There we go. And now we'll use the reroll on
Yes,
one of them.
yes.
It
Okay.
does wound.
I don't get a save.
It's D6 damage.
For 1 damage. It's just a tickly shot. And that's the end of the shooting phase for the Aeldari. In fact, are you charging? Are you charging with Wraith?
Yeah, they'll try and charge into the spiders. Just
because
to try
they'll
and take
end
the
up
objective.
slingshotting onto that objective there. I like it. So you manage to slingshot onto the objective that way. At the start of the fight phase, one of those scarabs blows up, and I don't roll a 1, and it does 2 mortal wounds. One of your Wraith Guard was on a wound. Then the Wraith Guard punch. They're hitting on 4s. Lots of punches. Not so...
Reroll?
Yeah, okay. Choose to wound. 5 wounds.
No AP?
5. 6 up saves. Just grabbing some dice here. You kill another base. The base fights back on 5s. Those are lethal, and that's it. Just 2 lethal hits, 2 2-up saves. I'll take a 1, put 1 down to 1 wound, and that is the end of Eldar turn 4. And you've somehow managed to slingshot onto 2 objectives. Let's blow them up.
Okay.
In the Murderbowl.
With the Wraith Guard?
Yes.
4, 3.
Well, it's a lot of points. It's a lot of points. What about this fella over here?
So let's see how this goes. If he gets a 3, he will die. He gets a 2.
He's on 2 wounds remaining, but it's 2 points, 2-inch explosion, and you moved over 2 inches away. Professional Murderbowl player here. I love it. That makes it 24 points to 21. The Aeldari might only have 2 units left, but they're only 3 points behind. As we go on to Necrons, turn 5. And here we are after reanimation and movement. Now, the interesting thing is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units failed their battle shock test. I've never seen that before. So I had to move forward with the Canoptic Doomstalker to take this objective. Fortunately, these are mortals past.
Yes.
So I'm only on 2. The idea is, all the guns kill Wraithlord on 2 wounds.
Yes.
And all the guns over here kill Wraith Guard on a couple of wounds.
There's not much left on them.
Scarabs took a desperate breakout test when they failed battle shock, so one of them got wiped out on the way in. So let's fire all the guns. Let's try and kill them. Starting off with big Canoptic Doomstalker. And we have 4 shots. We moved, so we're hitting on 4s, but we are re-rolling 1s. And that is 3 hits. And we're wounding on 2s. And that is 3 wounds. Straight shots, straight 5-up saves.
Straight 5-up saves, and I imagine 3 damage each as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
And 1's still alive on a wound. No fate dice to play with, but
No,
you do have a
I do have a
CP.
CP, but there's that much coming in, I'm going to let him go.
Nothing here is scoring. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's do some pistols. Pistols from transdimensional beamers from Wraiths number 1 on 4s, re-rolling 1s. And this needs a 5. Doesn't wound.
Okay.
Your second unit hits once and wounds. That is a wound at -2, 3 damage a time.
-2, 3 damage a time, and there's no more. Oh, so I'm going to use my last CP to try and reroll that one.
Okay.
See if we can get a 4.
He's alive.
And I think I might shoot back now whilst I still can.
Shoot at those wraiths. Yeah.
Okay.
So one shot, right?
Just 1 shot. Well, we'll reroll because it is technically. Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It does hit.
There's a hit. 2's to wound.
2's to wound.
It does
That's
wound.
devastating.
It's devastating.
Yes.
Kills that wraith. He's caught in a crossfire. He's gunslinging away. He's taken out that wraith. He will not go gentle into this good night. The spider then will put some shots into him and has 7 shots, which hit on 3s and re-roll that 1. Strength 6. I need 5s to wound,
Yes.
but 6 is a devastating.
Oh, so could be it.
There's 3 devastating wounds.
That's the one.
Valiant last stand from the ancient Wraith Guard there. I wonder what spirit stones had been pressed into his skull, because they certainly knew what they were talking about. Now we're coming across to all of these things, trying to take down the last Wraith Lord. Here's the Doomstalker that stood still it has 5 shots because it stood still. It's hitting on 3s with the reroll. I'm wounding on 3s, and they're -3.
Let's go. He is gone.
And with the last Aeldari unit getting torn asunder, history has repeated itself. The war in heaven, 60 million years ago, ends with a Necron victory. And this is the way the world ends. So, Inchin, it was a close run thing.
Points-wise, at least, yeah.
Yeah. What happened there? I feel like there was a turn where I didn't fail a save.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little bit of unfortunate run, but what did get through it was you did really well with the saves. Can't fault it at the end of the day, kind of thing. It was just a bit of a weak start from me, unfortunately. Things didn't really get going until the later stages.
Yeah.
And by then, I didn't really have enough assets to sort of change it. I just tried to get onto points to try and squeeze some points out, to try and make it respectable. Try and do a few sneaky moves to try and cause...
There was definitely a few sneaky moves. You know in turn 1 when you wiped out that Annihilation Barge and then sniped a couple of my characters and got them... I was like, oh no, it's going to be one of them. But it wasn't one of them.
No, it was...
I feel like after you did that, a lot of your army was in harm's way.
Yes.
Was in line of sight and range of guns, or was able to get countercharged by a lot of the Necron stuff.
Yes.
So by the end of turn 2... a lot of stuff had died.
Yeah. I think the big one was losing the blades. That was most unfortunate. I think if they'd still been around, they might have done some work.
Yeah, that was a lucky shot from this fella here.
This is the way things go, unfortunately. It's a game of dice, as you know. But very unfortunate. Once that happened, I thought, that is a major blow, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So, we will see you at March of Winters.
Yes, I'm
this
going to
year.
March of Winters, yes.
Your Eldar list, what did you say just now?
Oh, my Eldar list was actually amongst my list there, the 1.111?
Yes.
Didn't quite get to the 1111.
So, somewhere in this 2,000 point list is the Eldar list.
Yes, all the wraiths that you've seen, essentially.
I will see you at March of Winters this year. Next year, we're thinking about doing, I think we're booked for 2 days.
Ooh, sounds good.
So, it might be a narrative, or I might just go, I don't know, but next year... But I'll see you at March of Winters. Thanks for coming down one more time.
Thank you very much for having me.
I look forward to seeing you at the Eldar dying at March of Winters as well. When we play lots of games, silly games like this one. If you guys are playing Murderbowl at home, let me know. Let you know how you get on. Because I just like it. It's simple. It's nice.
Fun.
It's swingy as all hell. The battle map from GameMat.eu and things and stuff. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the battle report. Happy wargaming.